back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, April 18th, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Easter might be this weekend, but the only holiday that Chris Bumstead is celebrating this week is the only one that really matters: International Chest Day. On Monday, the classic physique superstar released a clip from one of his latest chest workouts on his Instagram, where we see the pride of the Great North knocking out a few reps with 365 pounds on the bench. It's been a pretty quiet off-season so far for C-Bum, and to be honest, laying low on social media is probably the best thing you can do to get your head right sometimes. And when you're the number 2 ranked athlete on the planet for 2 straight years, sometimes a little boost like this is all it takes to push you over the top. With the NFL draft right around the corner, now you'll start to hear a lot about some of these guys who were workout warriors at the Combine and the NFL Pro Days this year. But you know what? I can promise you none of these guys want any part of a freak like Cedric McMillan. A few days ago, Cedric released a handful of photos from one of his recent photo shoots to show the bodybuilding world that the big boys can still get their airtime too when they're feeling froggy. Personally, I love seeing stuff like this from Cedric because it lets you get a look inside of the personality of a guy who might be the least vocal mega talent of his generation. And speaking from a fan's perspective, I hope Cedric keeps this stuff coming because it makes the dog days of the season 100 times more interesting. When I was a kid, I remember my aunt dragging me to one of those Keys to the City events back in New York and wishing it was me up there on stage being cheered in front of all those people. But I guess when you take care of business like Andre Ferguson, you don't have to wish. You just put in the work and watch it all come to fruition. This week, someone inside Team Ferguson leaked some behind-the-scenes footage of the Arnold Classic champ grinding out of the peak week workout in preparation for this weekend's City Limits Pro, where I have him as the clear favorite to bring home the win. At this point now, when Ferguson steps into some of these smaller shows, it basically is good night, sweetheart, because the only way he loses is if he shows up off. And assuming he's at 100%, it's going to take one hell of an effort from someone to knock this guy out of the top spot. I have a riddle for you. What's big and British and has veins all over? The answer is my old buddy, James Hollingshead. And if you answered that question right, you need to run to a gas station right now and play the lottery, because Lady Luck is on your side. Lately, Team Hollingshead has been releasing a steady stream of updates that show their guy getting leaner and nastier by the day, which must mean that he's inching closer to his season debut. As far as conditioning is concerned, it seems like James is right where he needs to be. So as long as he doesn't try to do anything crazy to bring it home, he should be able to put together a solid outing once he's ready to roll. Every once in a while, you look up in the men's physique division and see a new face who looks like he could upset the current lineup. But much to my surprise, the guy who caught me off guard this week was an old face with a new look that made me stop and do a double take. On Tuesday, new progress photos of former Olympian Ryan Hinton started to pick up some steam, which sparked the rumors of a potential comeback from one of the more well-polished athletes in the division. At this point, it's been almost 3 years since we last saw Ryan on an IFBB stage, which is an eternity in almost every single sport except bodybuilding. So if he's feeling the itch to jump back up on stage again, it'll be interesting to see how the new and improved version of Ryan Hinton stacks up against some of these new faces in the division. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.